and start it again. I actually also don't know where this is recording to. I should have checked that. That was an oversight of mine. My bad. It's recording to my desktop. That's fine. Cool. YouTube's gonna love this start. I have my notes on a completely different tab than I thought I did. There we go. All right. So taking this up from where your backstory uh left off there, Dylan. Um, uh, your character uh walks through the streets, the dim sun leaving a soft light on everything in an unusually chilly summer day. A soft cloud of dust pops up as you step through the trash streets, now mostly quiet. You hear the scurry of people occasionally in alleyways, and the creak of closing windows of damaged homes. Something sits with you though. Some of the damage and disrepair seems much older than the devastation you witnessed from the outskirts of the city. As you walk, uh, as you walk down the street, you see a couple of men also kind of walking down at you. Uh, the uh, the taller one, there's an elf, a little goblin man, and what looks like a 3 foot mouse, and some decent in a decently nice suit. They'd have very unusual clothing for you. Um,
Should I
very
describe my character
out of the
real quick?
ordinary. Uh, yeah, yeah, I guess you can now. I was about to ask, but yeah, that
Oh,
works.
sorry. Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah, so the guy walking down the street is a glade runner. His skin is a darker green than normal. His pores all have a little bit of blackness to them, so it kind of looks like he's freckled all over. His hair is pretty close shaven to the top of his head, which where he came from was a pretty normal thing for farmers to do so that they could wear hats and stuff without damaging the actual hat with the spikiness of Glade Runner hair. He's pretty average height, maybe a tiny bit taller. Definitely a lot of a leaner build. Um, Looks like more of a runner or somebody that's used to walking long distances.
I
He's wearing fairly. Yep.
I have a question on one of those details actually. Why
Yep.
would glade runners wear hats? Because they're plant people. Um, and they'd probably they with how their eyes would work, they'd have like glare wouldn't be the biggest issue to them.
Nope, but even plants can get scorched by the sun when they are out there for too long. Except for the fact that I now know about his whole deal because I ended up giving him
Yeah,
a racial ability where he likes the sun. So forget it.
yeah.
He doesn't wear hats. He likes it because it's a style choice.
Okay, yeah.
Um, he
Hats are
walks with
cool.
a certain amount of confidence, but he's looking side to side, and you can see him trying to take everything in. He has essentially you can see what he looks like in the art thing. He has fairly simple like homespun kind of shirt, um, fairly rough trousers, and over it all he has essentially what is a long kind of deer velvet kind of robe, for lack of a better term, and it's all bound around him with a belt. Worn country shoes with mud and dirt on them. And the only thing really notable about him, other than the fact that he looks like a simple farmer peasant walking around in the city, is the sword he has attached to his side, which is it's a one-handed sword. It's fairly long. It has an odd sort of shape. The handle and is bound in leather. The grip is made out of a lighter steel, except for where there's a red gem. And where the red gem is a black sort of metal, and it seems almost hewn from natural rock with veins of ore, almost like obsidian glass. And this red gem sits in there, and it kind of glows almost with an ethereal light, and it doesn't look like a ruby. It looks redder than a ruby. It looks like something there's no gem like it that anybody would have seen before. And uh, he wears the sword with a strange confidence because he looks very much like a commoner and peasant sort of deal, but the way he carries himself and the way he has this sword seem far too confident or uh, yeah, it feels like it matches him, but the clothing and the vibe of the sword do not match at all. So he's a bit of an oddity walking around.
Are we in this scene or?
I can't see anything, so I don't know if we're supposed to.
I'm not here.
Yeah, you guys might be blind. I can actually fix that if you guys want.
It's
I'll
okay.
do that.
I was just wondering
Film
if
does
we
a
are
really
actually
good
seeing
job.
this guy, or if I should ask Dylan to repeat the entire description again once I meet him.
So he's a Glade Runner about no. I'm not going to repeat
Let's
the whole thing.
do that. Yeah, you see three people walking up to you. One in like a very thick leather furry coat, uh, smoking uh smoking a cigar. Another goblin in kind of shabby but very tightly leather armor, and the other mouse in a nicely done suit. You see the elf playing with a deck of cards, walking towards you and just being like, "Hey, what you doing out here alone? It's such a scary time. But I mean, with a nice sword like that, man, I'd love to have one just like it."
Hello. I'm actually just coming through here and looking to see if I can't help with the whole scary time. I'm going to do an insight check immediately
Okay.
to see if I'm an idiot. Not an idiot, to see if I am a country boy who is not
Everybody call it
going to
now, as
realize
the
that
nat
things
one's
are
going
going
to
poorly.
happen.
Uh,
Oh
wow.
snap! No,
Oh, you were.
nat 20.
Oh, I. Why did I roll 2d20?
It's
First
because
it was
it
natural
got
20.
exploded.
Floating dice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot
Because
about
exploding dice are really exciting. Because for example, if the DC, because it's not always going to be an automatic success necessarily with the proficiency system now. If it's like, if for example the DC is like 40 and you roll nat 20, I'll have like you fail forward, so you'll still get some advantage or something like that. Um, but yeah. But then with that, it's still with exploding dice, it still allows you to potentially accidentally roll like an 80 on a six-sided dice.
Nice.
Exciting when it happens. It's happened to me only in testing. Yeah, as you kind of look, um, they're all like sizing you up. You can tell that from what the mouse and the goblin at least are holding. They're probably holding some kind of weapon of some kind with how they're holding it. You wouldn't be familiar with firearms, but I'll tell you that yeah, they're guns to some degree.
Would I not have been informed by my employer about the existence of firearms potentially?
I don't think it'd be that significant for him to think about it. You know what cannons
Fair enough.
are, and they look kind of like cannons. I guess you could see,
You could
or
say
small
they were
cannons.
hand cannons.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
they look similar enough to that, but they're all armed except for the guy. Well, they're armed except for the guy in the middle who just has a deck of cards in his hands. With like a nice purple back. This guy's definitely like like kind of slowly watering his way closer to you as he's talking as well. They don't seem to have the best interests at all. With a nat 20, this guy definitely wants your sword. He wants to take your sword.
Yeah.
And he's definitely getting close to like do it by force.
And we're not actually here, right? Just him.
Yeah, no, you guys aren't here yet.
Yeah. He, the Glade Runner is going to kind of turn part sideways, and he's going to rest his right hand on the hilt of the sword, and he's going to smile a bit at the guy. Uh, but it's not really a smile, and he's not very threatening as a person at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
but there's definitely this sense of like
Oops.
I'm picking up what's being put down,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of listen. I get that these are scary times, but I've been through a lot worse. So if you wouldn't mind getting out of the way, then I can go about fixing this.
Fixing this. Oh, we don't really want you to be fixing this. We caused this, my guy.
Oh, good. Then you're the people I'm looking for. And with that, he draws the sword and immediately turns from this dude into. Oh, let's see if it
Oh,
comes in
Let's
now.
see. I want to see.
Somebody has.
I will go
Somebody
ahead and
hasn't
put it in the
practiced
art.
swapping their token.
The folds of
I
his
know.
cloak start to burn up at the edges. His eyes turn a dark, stark white. Everything starts getting a little bit more ominous around him, and his robes turn into this dark black
Vampire.
and white, shimmering form. The sword, as he draws it, is pure white, and There we go. I cannot delete characters, but that's
Oh, that
okay.
is magic as heck.
And yes, it is pure white and gives off a black sort of roiling flame. Uh, and yeah, he is going to start making his way towards the people.
All right. Roll for initiative.
I need to.
Oh,
How do
that's
I open my character sheet? Out?
Um,
Uh, Summoning the other one, because I think I'm gonna have to.
you'll have to have the character sheet of normal one open while using magic one to
Yeah,
move, which is fine.
I just did the thing of putting the other one out there, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, you can also just activate him in the or open the tab in the side menu too. So
Oh, is there a side menu?
yeah, for like the character one where there's like the three guys standing next to each other.
Three guys. Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Yeah,
Can
if
I
you just
click?
click on
Oh, hey, I
that,
can
then
just click on it.
yeah,
Haha, I just need to click on it. All right,
yeah,
excellent. I'm in the sunlight, right?
yes,
It's a sunny day. Perfect. Okay,
yeah, you'd be at full health there.
I am at full health.
Hmm.
All right, and
Oh, and you
I
should
roll for
be.
initiative. And
Yes, you
it has
should.
been a while. Where do I roll for initiative?
I'll just add him for there for. In the fist menu, you just click on the dice next to your name.
That's right. This menu, dice. Excellent.
Cool. All right. Upon seeing you like actually going to fight him, the small goblin guy is going to uh, pull out his gun and shoot you. And roll decent. Why is the second one down? Oh yeah. That's why he has damage. Yeah, he fires twice. Thought I did an error
Twice
there.
dealing.
Um,
Okay, so
was that a
that's
crit?
two different damage rolls.
Was it a 22? Yeah, it's two different damage rolls. So individually,
But just got a
not a
lot of
crit. Yeah,
extra damage on his guy.
on his second one. His second one is actually bleed. Um, I did that said or spelled. I definitely did something wrong there.
Alright, I'm just curious how much I should be taking off because I do have
Uh,
two grit, so that's either going to
you
be
damage. You take off 2
12.
damage.
Yeah, okay, I take off 2.
And then you have a
But you
bleed
took
of.
off 2 for each attack. Though.
It's bleed. The second one is bleed. He just got a crit on it. It's just labeled incorrectly. If you go into details, it says bleed properly next to it.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you have 12 bleed. So every action you take 12 damage. That was a
action I take 12 damage.
yeah. He rolled real well on that. That yeah. Anyways.
It's gonna be scary.
All right, okay.
We have found the new absolute weapon of mass destruction. It is called bleed.
Bleed is good. It's why I have
To
buffed
be clear, that's every
grit and
action,
health a bit.
not every bonus action, right?
Yes. I did change it a little bit after the last session because it was really powerful because it was every bonus action as well and every move and everything. So it is every time they're attacking and doing a thing.
Yeah, Thea almost
All right.
died.
I'm
Yeah.
just checking out. And how many bonus actions do I get? I get one per turn, right?
2.
Two.
You get
I
2 bonus
two?
actions. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I just wanted to choose that.
Yeah, 2 per round. And you can there's the handy dandy. Oops, I think I opened a browser. I didn't want to. I might not have. I forget where I shared it. I think it's in general. I have the pyramid of. Yeah, it's pinned under general. I have the pyramid of actions. So any action can be traded in for an action below that tier.
Nice. All right.
And it also specifically says how much people get. And then free actions and once per time amount actions are separate out of that and are their own thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically, they'd be a form of reaction, but whatever. Um, yeah, and now it is Corey, who is also gonna shoot you. That's just one bleed though. Actually, he misses. He misses. I misread that. How did he?
So that is a free.
He rolled really low, which I feel like is an error on my part, because it is. Cool. I forgot to give him stats. Cool, which is fixed now. Yeah, he would still miss, even with his stats actually. Um, yeah. So he just goes pops one in you. Mai is going to roll something you can't see. He's going to jump back, uh, and summon. You see, a circle of water in front of you appear, kind of thrashing as a shadow kind of quickly starts emerging from it. Uh, as he throws a card into the water, and you see a flash of light, and what looks like something about to emerge. Roll a nimbleness check with a DC of 13 to dodge. You dodge. Feel free to step to the side as a shark just comes lunging out, and as it hits the wall behind you, disperses into a bunch of water.
Movement is set to combat turn. It's currently not my turn.
Oh, I don't remember what module I added to that made it that way, but I hate it. There's something I need to remove for that, and I need to. I'm putting that. Can someone put that on my to-do list to remove the only move on turn module? Ooh, you're becoming a static. Are you okay?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
I'm good.
going real static.
Yeah. Um. Cool. Yeah, it's your turn. Oh, it is your turn.
Whose turn?
Dylan's.
I
think
can't
Dylan
move
was
my
on
other
static.
token.
Oh, you can't.
Is the issue? Yeah. Because he technically doesn't have an initiative.
All right. Well. Okay, I'm gonna fix that then. Ugh.
Yep. No problem.
The issues of being a tech DM. And we'll copy your nimbleness algorithm. There, paste it
I don't
there.
need to add it to your.
How much nimbleness do you have again?
I have a +4.
+4. Cool. Thank you. And we'll drag back out. We'll add you to the combat. We'll remove you. We'll roll you again. We'll update combat to be 10 for this turn. Update.
Nice.
Cool. Now you're good.
All right. There we go. Okay, so I would have. Oh, still currently not my turn.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Aha, now it is. Okay, that's where I would have moved. I would have dodged forwards out of the way of the shark.
Hmm.
And then this goblin is the one that hit me. But before
Yeah.
anything, I have 12 or 13 bleed on right now.
Yes.
So for my action, I'm going to. My guy is just going to look around at them, just click his tongue a little bit, and he's going to put a hand on the gouts of blood coming out of him, and he's going to do radiant healing on himself.
Nice.
And that will be. Give me a second. Radiant healing. Where are you? There you are. Nice. Yeah, the healing is one thing, but more importantly, it allows me to get rid of status effects.
Yeah.
So the bleed is healed. And he is going to do a bonus action, turn towards this little goblin guy here, and he's going to use Marked for Death on him.
Cool. Remind me what that does.
Marked for Death is choose a conscious target within eyesight. Until they short rest, every death roll procs twice is what you have written down.
Cool. For the mouse. Or the goblin.
Not for the mouse, for the goblin. The goblin's
cool. We'll use that one.
And with that, yeah, I don't have any other bonus actions, but I will use my maneuver to get right up in his face.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Do I want to use that yet? It's only once a day. Never mind. No, I'm good.
All right. He has fidgety socializer, so he's just gonna immediately. As you come closer, he's just gonna move away. All right. Next round. And it is you first.
It is me first.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Rerolling initiative every round.
Nice. All right. Yeah. My character is going to immediately just kind of smile briefly and then dash forwards and grab the goblin by the back of his neck and use Scourge.
All right.
Which we didn't change anything about that. So
did we not? Was that one that we discussed to change?
That's the one where we discussed we could change it to either drain or grapple.
Yeah.
I think one thing is that the draining is not going to me. It's not like a healing thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just draining them.
Okay. Yeah.
I also don't have I realize I don't have a DC for this, but what should I make that DC?
It'd probably be equal to their success roll. To your success roll. So whatever you roll, then they'd have to beat.
Oh, okay. I understand then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
in terms of saying like leech or grapple, just because it was a higher leech level, what I was meaning is like either like grappling them to the spot so they can't move, or having the leech on them.
see, the way it works right now is if I use Scourge on someone, I can't take any actions or move. I have to sit them. The morality component, I know.
You could do it. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could do it. So if you wanted to do both, you could use both action and maneuver for sure. That would work.
Yeah, so it's action and maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your whole turn. If you're scourging them, and then you have to sit there and hold them and just pray that their friends are not going to murder you.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm going to use Scourge
on this guy.
but that's okay. Yep. I don't heal anything.
Yeah.
But he does lose 20 health.
Add it to the issues log.
Yep. Issues.
All right. I don't have any rules with half health. Cool. So that's your turn. Is Mai's turn now.
Yeah, like convulsing pulses of shadow are currently stretching out from my character's form into the goblin, and the goblin you can like see is growing pale as the light leaves them.
Cool. My fails that. And as that happens, he's going to dash backwards. You see him like fail a spell, swear under his breath, and then he takes out another card to.
All right.
Does that really say that? Cool. And you see, as it flings down in front of him, it attaches a wire from there to there, tripwire there.
All right.
It's now Corey's turn. Corey's gonna squeak me, and then shoot you. +1. How much of your bleed were you able to heal, by the way?
Did you?
All of it.
You can heal 12?
Believe.
Cool. You have one now.
I have one now.
Because Corey shot you.
And then I just took 5 damage.
Yep, 5 damage, yep.
Sounds good.
It is this guy's turn. He's going to... Is that a might check?
It is a might check, and then I had it as might of DC 18, or we can go to DC of, like, against my success roll.
Yeah, I was thinking success roll. Because that's usually... Because it's depending on how powerful you cast it. So it's 23 for this guy. Does not make it. Did we discuss if it was just grappling him to the spot, or if it was like a full, like, binding? Because I think it was...
Basically, the way it works is that, like, I grab them, and then I'm basically... Yeah, it's like a physical restraint, but it's also like I'm draining the life out of their bones at the same time.
Oh, so you're attached to them. They're not like...
Yeah,
okay.
No, it has to be a physical touch.
Okay. He's going to take out of his knife and try to stab it. To try and, like, cut it. This would be like your hand where he's trying to go at it. As he just takes out the knife that's like the 3, like the triangle that's like twisted along its edge. Not a crit. Cool. Dealing 12 damage and 9 bleed.
Alright, 12 damage and 9 bleed.
It is your turn.
Let me go ahead and quickly give myself 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He is going to continue to scourge, which means that he's not really going to move anywhere or do anything. It is an action to continue in Scourge. So the goblin takes another 20 bits of health. I take 10 bleed damage.
Cool.
Scourge is basically I latch onto a person, and that's the end unless they get out.
What does Scourge do when they death roll again?
Well, Scourge, it would do the same thing as a regular death roll, but I've already marked him for death.
Yeah.
Which means death rolls proc twice, and because he's within 3 squares of me, my passive means that he does all death rolls at disadvantage.
So that'd be 3 at a time.
I believe if it's death rolls proc twice, does that not mean he just does 2 death rolls each at disadvantage?
You kind of can't have a death roll at disadvantage because it's success fail rather than whatever the lowest is. It's just as long as you don't roll a 1. So a disadvantage would add another one. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. and then that would also be because every time you do that, you also consciousness roll 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's unconscious. You see him just slump over, and like as he's
Alright.
like all wrapping your tendrils and just you can tell he's not dead, but he's definitely unconscious.
He drops. My character now looks at the rodent off to the side.
Mm-hmm. The rodent squeaks. We'll do that because that'll mark him not on the combat. Cool. It's Corey. Corey's gonna use a couple limiteds, and start shooting you a little bit more. Shooting you 3 times, just squeaking and just definitely a little bit in fear, and a little bit angry at you murdering this friend of his. Well, from what he can
Alright.
tell.
So 5, 10, 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do 15
These
damage.
men have made very poor life choices last 5 minutes.
Very much so.
Okay. Taking that damage.
It is then Maya's turn. Maya's going to start running. See him just start running down the street.
Okay. What abilities do I have for this? Okay.
It is now your turn.
All right. It is my turn. What is it to sprint again? Does that cost my action?
It's your maneuver. Yeah, it is. It's your action plus
'Cause
your.
I have a move, but then sprint is a action and maneuver.
Yes. Here's a council vote. Would it make sense if we moved making you sprint, adding that to a requiring a bonus action?
I feel like everyone would be sprinting all the time is the only
True.
thing there.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is.
I would say like
both,
if
yeah.
he uses all of your bonus actions, like you
Yes.
don't get to you use up everything on that for a sprint.
Yeah, I would think sprint. We could buff sprint, but then make it cost everything.
Yeah.
I feel like sprint's already pretty busted in certain ways, but regardless,
Move speed probably needs to be a little bit rebalanced, to be honest, especially with bonus actions and stuff. But we'll go with what it currently is and worry about rejigging sprint later.
All right, so sprint's currently in
Yeah.
action. Instead, if he's gonna start doing that, I have. Is it 7 meters? Is my movement then?
Yes.
Oh, I really don't have much of a there. Okay. All right. Well, my character is going to look. These were low-level guys. He doesn't really have any particular distaste for them. So he's going to just look at the other one, and he's going to use radiant healing on himself again, because he doesn't like this amount of bleed. I heal 41. Okay then.
These guys are making negative progress.
Hell yeah.
No, they're making progress. Believe you me, they made very good progress. Then he's going to spend his maneuver of 7, going up to.
If you're
No,
crossing
mouse
over the tripwire, make a roll a nimbleness check.
I can do that.
Ooh, nat 1.
Nice, nat. Let's go ahead and add it to the counter.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
Cool. You realize that you step right through the tripwire. It is not physically there, and it just disappears. The cards were an illusion, so that shark was also fake. He was just trying to scare you.
Oh, well,
Um,
his friends weren't. His friends shot me, so...
yeah.
Can I, for flavor reasons, just have it so my guy just, like, strides through it without even, like, a remote worry and is just, like, walking up to the mouse
Yeah.
ominously?
Yes.
I have some questions for you now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most terrifying being to ask you questions.
It squeaks. You hear the sound of something rustling behind you. As this is not properly set up. Oh, no. As my usual 2 seconds of random tech things. Yeah, as something's approaching from behind. Do you turn around at all, or you just focus more on the mouse? It definitely sounds like a large creature is approaching you.
My character's going to sigh and just kind of, like, take a half glance over his shoulder. Because he isn't trusted to not
Why
necessarily
are
do
you
more illusions.
white?
Look at that.
Why do you have that? Why are you not transparent?
I've seen that.
It should have transparent background, but it doesn't. But that's okay. We'll just ignore it for now.
Why is that the alien from Alien Resurrection? That's a cursed image.
Yeah, we
I
fought
love
one
it.
of these.
Good
Were
work.
you not here for that?
Yeah,
No, he was there for.
I have no idea what this
Something
is.
It wasn't.
So.
You see what looks like a very large, charred man just crawling on all fours next to you with just there's something extremely disturbing about all of its proportions as it's crawling next to you, just sniffing. It
We're done with these.
You can tell pretty intuitively, just based on growing up on a farm. This is usually what a lot of like the coyotes and stuff, like how they moved when they were coming in hunting prey, and it specifically you can tell is kind of targeting against you. You have a
do
turn.
I know enough about such things to be able to tell that this is probably a blight creature or some kind of ruinous thing?
Make a roll. Make a mind roll. More. This would be like a history check technically, or in some way or another. It's a memory check.
I'm really smart.
Mind.
Oh,
This is
okay.
not a blight beast.
No, not blight, but like, is this something ruinous in
No,
nature?
not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form.
No, this is a regular thing. Huh.
It does not seem natural. You do not know what this is. It definitely does not seem like it is a natural magical creature of any kind. It, in and of itself, is moving in a way where it feels like it hates existing. And the sounds that it does make when it does make noise, are pained. It is not happy existing.
Feelings are mutual. I'm not happy with it existing either.
My character is going to walk over to it, and
I'm just gonna real quick.
Careful.
I fix that. Mm-hmm.
Mighty tough.
and he's going to lay a hand on it.
Corey's using any time to run. You're gonna lay a hand on it.
Yeah. Oh, I guess my name's in the chat, so I don't have to not have a name anymore. Yeah, Catalion's gonna walk over and lay a hand on it gently, but also somewhat firmly, like with a little bit of authority.
Make a heart check.
Doesn't bite your hand off.
Boss is dead. You work for me now.
Good roll.
You can tell that it is it takes a moment to like think, sniff your hand.
Does it understand what I am and what I can offer it?
It seems to for a second. You see from like what you're now noticing are like sewn shut eyes that are like sealed and healed. It can only smell you, and you see it kind of slowly start leaking tears um before an eye kind of floats by and around, and you see it just immediately start changing. Roll a nimbleness check.
Not bad.
All right, you're going against success. Yeah, you pull back as it just you see something inside of it change as it goes to try and chomp you. Um, it should have an initiative. Let me fix that real quick. Anyways, that would go to the next round. Remove combatant. Remove you two.
Oh, hey.
You get to go first. This thing is definitely hostile now. Its demeanor has changed a lot.
Is the eye still around?
The eye's floating around, yeah.
I cannot move because it is not my turn.
Oh, yep, my bad.
Is that within striking distance of the eye?
Melee distance, no.
No. Okay.
I would say it's probably floating around 5 meters up, 5 squares above, like your head.
Well, in that case, I would step up beside this thing's face as it goes to bite me.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of string or anything, I just put a hand on it and then cast Scourge again.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the eye as I do so.
The eye's just looking back, just silently. I'd like you to make a heart saving throw.
Heart saving throw. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heart.
14. All right. Thank you. Are you doing anything else with your turn? Oh, you did Scourge.
I cast Scourge, so
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, it's going
I'm
to
basically granting the creature its request before the eye showed up.
Yeah, it is going to dash back, and start and just vomit, just a cloud of mist.
When it's Scourge, it is technically grappled, though more by magical means.
You are going with it then.
Okay.
My word.
It's
That's
doing it
right, it
around
is
itself
larger.
anyways.
Yep.
There are so many twos.
Yeah.
Yes. What else does Orange Mist also do? Orange Mist also adds bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 bleed.
And I take 30 damage.
And you take 30 damage, yes.
All right.
And then that's
Can't do that very
a
often. Can't do that very often.
No. Yes. It is your turn. Or no, it is its turn. It rolled better. It opens its mouth, and you see it just start charging some glowing light as sparks start summoning from around it. As it's also kind of like aiming at the ground.
At this point, so I'm attached to the side of its neck, essentially.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to put myself in a place where I couldn't get bit.
Yeah.
So it's charging and aiming at the ground.
Yeah.
Off to the side. Okay.
That's what it's doing for its turn. It's starting to charge something.
Okay. So I was on the left side of its face, so if it's my turn now, I'm over here now. on the left
Yeah.
side of its face. Left side.
Yeah.
Haha. The face is now within my range. I leap off it, abandoning Scourge.
Mhm.
And I'm going to grab the eye and cast Scourge now. I will do so. Let's see. Hold on.
You're trying to jump up to it?
5.7. Sure.
How are you trying to jump up to it? Or what's the range of Scourge? I guess I could also ask.
Scourge is touch. I have to touch it.
Make a nimbleness check to jump 5 meters in the air. This is gonna be decently difficult, but I'll say I'll give it to you. The eye just immediately dissolves. You just as you kind of like go up to touch it, before even Scourge activates fully, it just a bunch of orange goo just slops down all over you.
Flavor, the Scourge is still in his hands. It kind of all mists off of him, and he turns to look back at the beast.
Beast is
And
looking
he
at you.
So his turn's over.
Mhm.
Do I get a sense that it's better now? I'm standing just outside the orange mist.
No, it does not seem to be thinking, but it is your turn first as well. Yeah. Here is where I will say, the rest of you end up arriving. You kind of heard this creature, a very familiar sound to all of you. You start seeing their Italian snow start to drift through. It is the middle of summer. You would know it is the middle of summer. It is snowing. As some people start arriving, I'll place all of your tokens down here and make them appear. Feel free to place them where you guys want to show up from.
Is the beast's face still sparkly?
Yes.
Ah.
On this turn, specifically, I believe you have not met Alondra's character. Cruz, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Wait.
Before you stands a
Wait, hold on.
purple-skinned Jadis.
Wait, whoa.
Horns. Go back.
What happened to Thea?
Brown hair. She's got an X scar on her face, tattoo across her nose and her chin. She is wearing a that looks like a cape fur lined on its hood. She has, you can see it from there, a sword. Probably is warden sword from what you can tell. Wears loose pants and regular shirt that stops right above her belly button. She is built. Eyes are glowing blue. It's Cruz for you.
What happened to Thea?
I was always a sad character.
Interesting.
You rolled a nat 20 for your initiative this round there, Cruz. What would you like to do? You get 2 additional actions, if you wish.
Nice. Let's move her forward.
Oh, 1 second. My bad. There you go.
Alright. I like Dylan's. Hold up.
Yeah.
Okay. I can. Okay, and then I'm gonna cast Wizard. Alright.
Blizzard. All right. That's how big of a. Again, yours
Wizard
is
15, 17?
uh
17 by 17.
technically there's some weird stuff with. That'd be around that big right now. Should be a square, but Whoops. No.
Basically, I want the monster to be center of the blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 4d12.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And
48.
How much chill does that grant it?
a blizzard is chill. Whatever inside blizzard at the beginning of every turn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna step into it because it does nothing to me. Then can
Did you
I?
just ice me?
You are getting chill.
Excellent.
To be fair,
Don't know
forget
you.
who you are.
And then it gets. Sorry, how much chill again was that?
You chill round.
2 chill per round. Cool. You see it immediately start shuddering. And what are you doing next? You have 2 actions because you rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. Let's do an ice rink.
Cool. Ice rink is how big again?
Ice rink is
Like it's a. I don't want to say 7x7.
doesn't say.
See, it's weird. Alondra, did you come up with this on your own?
Long
or, like-
time ago.
Okay, it's just interesting because Kevin made a cryomancer once, and he was also very effective. So I was just curious if you also just ended up making a cryomancer.
Hey,
The
Cruz.
same idea.
Kinda.
Like months before we even started the campaign.
Nice.
Siphoning is a 9x9 area.
Is it?
Yes.
That's definitely more than 9 by. Oh wait, ice rink is 9 by 9, not this thing.
Yes.
Blizzard is way bigger.
Things are a little bit weird on this map, so that's about the adjustment for that. Yeah. Oh, I know how to fix it.
Our battle music has shifted.
That's her theme song.
There, I've fixed it. And now everything is
It over?
weird. But all the ranges and stuff should be fixed. So a 9x9 you said, or 7x7? Sorry.
9x9.
9x9.
And the blizzard is 17x17.
Okay, let me just real quick fix everything. And then a 17.
So a blizzard does affect your vision.
Oh my word!
Big.
And then there was the orange mist, which was about. Oh, in actuality, that is. It was I really messed up with whatever I was doing before with this. Cool. There we go. I fixed the map scale though. That's the orange mist. It is only at ground level. It's like hugging the floor. Cool. Yeah, you've cast those both.
Those are my extra moves.
Yep.
Yeah. Gonna turn to whoever this is.
Mhm.
Kinda like throwing her eyes very suspicious. But up down. Since there is an ice rink, I take some distance.
How much is that again?
It's a 1d6 plus S.
Cool. Make your roll.
You put it on here?
The skating rink. You can also just do.
Okay, I guess so.
I mean, I
Indeed,
would love
six.
to watch Cruz do all this crazy stuff, look at me, and be like, "I am the," and then slip and just
Yeah.
head over
also
heels
allows you
into
to
the
s-
ice.
D6. is 7.
That's
That takes away 12 the monster.
okay.
And pulling out her sword, she's gonna stab it.
Okay. Make your roll. That crit? Or no. Yeah, no, that does crit. Cool.
No.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
my word.
Yep, cool. This thing
It
gets
is
crit.
which crits, which is double damage and pierces grit, I'm pretty sure.
And gives chill. Cool. Thank you.
So he's at 3, what, 3, 4 chill? 4 chill.
4. Oh, yeah.
Three.
Yeah, because the skating rink,
Hmm.
right? That'd be where
No, it's just 3.
just 3. Okay. I thought the skating rink gave a chill.
I did too.
It just
I
siphons.
think that's something.
It might be changed. Or it might be an upgrade. I'm not sure. Cool. And then that is your turn, I believe. It is now Catalan's turn.
So I am now in a skating
Taking
rink,
chill.
in a blizzard, being cold.
Just a bunch of ice just immediately came out. Yeah.
And it's a little hard to see.
And a jacked chick in a crop top ran up and stabbed the big thing that I was fighting.
Yeah.
I want to see her art. I'll show.
It's really good art.
I can't because Informant doesn't know.
Informant's here.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Oh, did he leave? Oh.
So
Did he leave before it?
Because I don't
Whoops.
have- Yes,
Did.
yes, he did. Also, I
Yeah.
don't have access to his character sheet, and I'm not sure if Dylan does either.
I can fix that real quick. I'll just do it through.
Is the thing's mouth still glowing?
Yes. It's still glowing. It's aiming
Alright.
still specifically at you.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over,
Mhm.
grab the unconscious goblin.
You will fall.
What's
I have
the
nimbleness.
what's the check for that?
The nimbleness has to be a higher than a 15.
I fall.
Yeah. I believe how it should be working is you fall and you just and slide until you hit a wall or something.
Well, that's perfect because I was going for this goblin guy here, and I'm going to use my passive to make sure he has advantage on saving throws to make sure he's not dying. I want him alive.
Okay.
And then, if I can, is that all of my movement since I've slid and got myself hit up?
Yeah, that'd be your move. Yeah, it eats your move.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look at that thing, see that the lady is fighting it, and be like, you know what? We can figure our differences out later. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action marked for death. That thing.
All
You
right.
see it?
Actually, that's a good question. Can I see it? I presume
Yeah.
I'm not that far. So,
Yeah, you can see it.
and then do I take any chill damage?
You would take chill, yes.
Damage?
It's at 2 chill.
Yeah, you're at 2 chill. You would be okay. You don't take damage from chill.
Okay.
Or you just gets harder to move.
Yeah, your movement goes down by 2, and once it's 0, you have to roll to not freeze.
And can I use radiant healing as my action on the goblin?
Also, that would be clicked. Yeah, you can if you want.
Okay. I use it on him, but I just want to bring him to the point where he's stable, not where he's up and doing stuff.
He's at 0 health, so whatever you'd be doing would be bringing him to 0 anyways.
All right. Yeah, because I don't want him awake, but I want him not dead.
I think that's a hard check for him to wake up. He does start waking up. Because you can do that when you're unconscious at any health anyways. No, wait. I'm wrong. He doesn't start waking up yet. I believe that's a DC of 30, and then every failed attempt brings it and lowers it by a specific amount.
I will also say, as I have done this, I have sheathed my sword, which means that actually I am now
To your
my
normal self.
commoner self. Which I can't move my guy anymore either. But that's for fun things. So yeah.
Boop boop.
We'll pretend that you're normal.
Yeah.
No, we
We'll
didn't
do
see
that.
all that.
Oh, and all my
Gonna
health
pretend
stuff has
I
gone
didn't
weird.
See that.
You're in. Well, you're also you're in a blizzard, sir.
Oh, okay, so that's why my health has gone weird.
Yeah, it is now the informant's turn.
Do I still have health that I've lost? Out of curiosity.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because in that case,
there it is.
I don't.
Informant
I don't
probably
know
wants
what
to
I
get out of
had
the blizzard.
earlier.
You weren't that low, I don't believe.
guessing it hasn't been accepted
I
with
am.
your
I'm
age.
pretty low now, though. I was at.
Here, let me take a look.
Okay, I'm down to there. Is what I'm down to. Hold on.
Okay.
That is what I have.
What
As soon as that blizzard came up, I was hurting for certain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The point.
No, if I can move them, I cannot move them.
Here, let me. Not
Hug them
duplicate.
to the edge of that roof.
Start, Mona?
Here, let me make you guys owners instead. Try it
Okay.
now. There you go.
Happened?
No.
I had a question. Someone had a question for me?
I can move
Oh,
it.
I just asked, did you make this art?
I did not. I had it commissioned.
Oh, wow, nice.
Actually, I have
Alright.
one more piece of art that I cannot share because it has spoilers.
I see. Who'd you commission?
Actually, concept art came from someone named Kaden.
Interesting.
Not me.
I like
Definitely
the
wasn't me.
hot chocolate one.
He commissions. I commissioned him to do like Thea. He's done Cruz, and he's a couple of other characters I have not played.
I
Alright.
should really start offering my services for commissions.
Bang. Nope. Bang.
I would hire you, but I know it's kind
Well.
of weird.
I mean, fair.
What does he do?
He.
Does. Does that hit? Is a better question.
Yes. Yes, that would hit. I believe.
I can't remember the description of Hidden Blade.
Hidden Blade.
Reloads on a certain roll, but I can't remember.
He's dual wield, so he can attack twice with something else if he wants. If it's above a 10, he can reload as an incidental and fire again. Yeah, as well as as a bonus action, he can also get nimbleness, which can grant him he gets double damage on that. He can pierce 5 grit on that. Increase the range for weapons.
2 bonus actions. Yeah, let's just pop those 2 blessings. It's radiant healing.
That's 1d. He gets an additional 1d12 from that, and
I'm gonna say that's a 12 because that's what they're called. I don't know why it's called radiant healing.
yeah, and he can fire his hidden blade again, and he can fire a gun again, but firing a gun removes him from stealth.
Check. So does he also get range targeting from that, or let's see?
Um,
Because we have nimbleness and targeting. They're two different things.
yeah, I'm not sure why. Their descriptions aren't
Okay.
correct. And I'm a little confused
All right.
at his character page, to be honest.
Anyway, so and another D12 on. Does the 7 hit? Is a better question.
The uh, no, it does
I
not.
don't know why, but his formula says 14.
It's because it's an old formula one, so it's fine. It's
Okay, so
because
the
that's
second
not
one
actually what
doesn't
he's.
hit, first one does hit,
Mhm.
and add 12 damage and triple that damage.
Mhm.
18 times 3. I need a calculator.
Why is it double the triple or whatever?
Because he's obscured.
Mm-hmm.
54.
Okay. Thank you.
No problemo.
Jude's gonna come in on the roof, kind of come down
And I go last.
here.
Oh yeah.
Why is that 20? Wait, so he
Because you moved him from there from the start of the round.
7. He's gonna come over here that way and fire his Junus revolver, which misses. Or Jude. It is this thing's turn, and because of where it fires a 3x3. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. And it, as you see it charging, it's firing a 3x3, which would hit you, Cruz. You get a roll a D, roll a nimbleness check with a DC of 22, or else you're getting hit by this. Perfect. Yeah. As it, well, almost a roll success. Yeah. It fires a fireball there, and you just see as the explosion, the wall gets blown out. It's then going to, shudder. It's going to,
Move.
no, it is not going to move right away. It is going to stampede, with a limited action, and just start running
Doesn't it have to make a nimbleness check?
this way. Yes, it does.
It's on ice.
It does, yeah.
Fix it. Oh wait, did he roll a number?
Face plant? No, the 15 was for the stampede.
Oh yeah, you're right.
25. It's okay.
Stay safe.
Yeah, that's a stampede with it running this way.
So Jude is about to get bowled over.
Yes, he is. That is a might saving throw to not get knocked over. He's down. It's a DC 10 might saving throw. This would also hit you, Cruz.
Or what?
This would also hit you.
DC 10 might saving throw.
Did I do that correct? Yeah. Yeah.
Much damage?
It'd be 24. But you also gotta roll your might, because if you do, yeah,
Oh,
you
you
take
are,
24
yeah.
damage, and then you do the might saving throw to see if you fall over or not, and if you fail, you're knocked over. So Jude's knocked. And you were okay.
You said 24.
Yeah, 24 damage. Not including grit. Cool. It is now Greg's turn.
Right. I'm gonna roll first. Let's see. What do I? Yes. Seeing how I can only move, or
I don't think you can see the thing either, there, brother, because it's on the other side of a building from you.
It.
Mhm.
I can hear it just fine.
Yeah,
He's
it's
low-
it's
This thing is not subtle.
it's making a
They're
lot of
gonna run.
noises for sure. It's still just just constantly breathing, kind of like that, and in pain.
All right. Know it. We love it. Time. Rat tat tat tat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
Let's have a look. What
Because
did
this
we
is in
get?
pairs, correct?
Yes. Got minor disguise or grow a beard. I have a magic beard.
Can you redirect them after you cast them, or do you still have to cast them or
Uh,
direct them before you cast them?
Them before he's pick a couple and then roll some,
yeah,
right?
I have to pick. I have to pick a couple. I don't have one saved up. I don't think.
I don't
It
believe so.
Doesn't have anything saved up, or at least not on my sheet.
You used it last time because you had darkened last time, I believe.
I think I had a heal, and then all things went to heck, and then I used the heal because we needed it.
Oh yeah.
All right, and I'm at 3 because this is technically only 3 castings, not 6.
Mhm.
Hello, Fate's counter. Almost to 20, almost 1/5 of the way there. And so minor disguise not useful. Grow beard. Sense magic. I'll take that. Also because essence tap, I'm pretty sure is touch based, and I don't want to touch that.
Yeah,
And
homunculus
flurry sounds like something either snow related or
is.
Yeah.
physical related.
Flurry does nothing, I believe.
Just
Flurry's
a gentle snowball.
Flurry's the base spell. It's just a gentle snowfall. Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna take a minor homunculus.
Cool.
Mini me. Or mini me.
We can do a mini you.
Be a
That would
rock.
work probably the best.
It's a pebble.
Actorless. Let's get this guy there, and we'll tint him. Sure, red, because that'll be easy to see. No, let's tint him blue. There you go.
Evil me.
Minor homunculus, cool. And that's and then essence tap or sense magic is the middle one, yeah.
Sense magic.
Cool. Roll a mind check there.
Mind.
Mhm.
Mind. Don't mind if I do.
You get like the same exact feeling that you get in your nose when you accidentally smell rotten milk happens to you when you try to sense its magic. It's there.
Oh.
It's definitely a magical creature in some ways, but there's something rotten about it, and it's not the same as Ruinous one. It just feels forced or weird in a weird way. You've definitely smelt it before on some other magic items, but you can't remember what. You know, it's a not common magic item that has this exact same smell, though.
Milk.
Cool. And I believe you already had your turn this turn, and it is your turn, Talon.
I do have to give the order to the homunculus.
Oh yeah. What was your order?
Just basically tell it smack.
Smack. Yeah, it starts waddling over.
Smack it back.
And let me look up minor homunculus while Catalion makes his move. 1d4 damage, cool.
Man, my lack of agility
1 damage.
is really kicking me in the butt here.
Dylan, you there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yep.
Do. All right.
He's in shock,
Having
that's why.
avoided being murdered, Hmm. Everyone's kind of just fighting over there.
Hmm.
My guy is going to.
Oh yeah, and this guy's conscious again. I forgot to say. He's like,
He's
oh, yeah,
Can I just use my action to punch him in the face?
yes.
He's
Perfect. I'm just gonna.
still on the ground. He's still on the ground.
Where is my unarmed?
Imagine like he's on the ground just punch.
Brutal.
Where's unarmed there,
It's
Milo?
just on your stat page. It's
Oh,
your first
unarmed, I
one.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unarmed. I rolled
Did
an
that
11.
not show up? That did not
No,
show up
it
at all,
rolled an
didn't it?
11, but
That would have been a
11, yeah.
success. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I have a might of 0, so
that's interesting.
so. Either way, I punch him in the face, dealing just enough to knock him back unconscious, ideally.
And he has advantage with, or like the whatever advantage with death rolls mean, right? Correct, is what you said for him.
Yeah. So I want him to be unconscious but not dying. How does that work in terms of the death rolls?
Um. He's unconscious. Yeah, it's intent matters, and you're just punching him in the face. He's not super injured. He is gonna do an injury roll though.
All right.
Yeah, he is injured.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep him alive, and I'm going to try to run him around to here. If I hold on, let me go ahead and zoom out so I can see if I can actually move him that far.
Have to roll
yeah,
again.
I can get him all the way over here.
Gotta roll nimbleness again.
I know. We're gonna see how it
See?
goes.
Yeah, you slip and you end up right there with him.
Right at the. Is that the edge of it all?
Yep, that's the edge of
Where's
it.
I think yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the square. I thought the circle was it.
No, the circle
was
is
the
the
square.
green, is the orange mist. Oh yeah, which thank you for reminding me. Everyone takes another bit of damage from that, which gets rerolled every time. You get 18.
Okay. I'm gonna use a limited time action to cast radiant healing on myself.
Yep.
Above the clouds.
You are above the clouds. Cruz is also taking that.
Yeah.
Your homunculus is fine. You get we'll just do this. Judah's unconscious.
Oh, perfect.
And there's a Glade Runner that is slipping around with a
Yeah.
goblin in his hand.
All right. Would have been Drew's turn. Is now Cruz's turn.
Use a bonus action to use equivalent exchange and get that monster back on the ice rink.
Cool. To use what? Sorry.
Did you just do Uno reverse?
Equivalent
with,
exchange.
Like the teleport trade places?
Yes. It's a heart one.
Make your roll.
It's a heart one, right?
Yep. Yep. Oh, yep. It succeeds. Equivalent exchange is now right in the middle of it.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk back
And I'm
over here.
gone.
And then on your turn, I believe, is when the sapping happens for it as well, which is 1d6, right?
1d6 plus essence.
Oh yeah, this is the theme.
Which will be
Cool.
This theme always
11.
starts playing whenever we start doing good things.
And don't forget to give it some from the blizzard.
To give it to who?
The monster.
Yeah.
Is anybody in the blizzard?
Everyone should be in the blizzard.
Yeah, so they get 2 chill on every turn.
Okay.
Oh, nobody gets saved.
Oh, tragic.
Uh,
Picky AoE spells.
yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Um,
My turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep walking over to it. Do that again.
28 damage. Cool. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's starting to not look so great. It's starting to just bleed out and leak orange. As it's like slinking back and like trying to do something.
Gotta give it another chill.
Mm-hmm.
The sword.
Oh yeah. It is also starting to. Well, that's not what I'm doing. You see, I'm gonna use an anytime. Let's do mind.
Oh. That do.
Okay. How does that nat one?
Good.
I realize it's freezing.
Enough to not explode.
You see as it starts to like shift its skin, it starts to like vibrate and bubble, and it shrinks. It shrinks a little bit.
Okay.
But you see it also kind of like get a little bit dizzy, and it's definitely confused.
Yeah.
That was a limited. I guess now it is its turn. It's going to shake its head, and try to thrash with its arm, against you with what it.
Crit.
That did not crit, no. At disadvantage because it's
Scary there
confused.
for a second.
The second one roll?
Uh,
Second one did not roll. Okay. I wasn't sure if I actually clicked. So
I
it's
use
the
a limited.
yeah, it's doing this at disadvantage, so this is going to be the 25. It's
25?
what, yeah, that's what ends up rolling.
Mm,
25 damage for it, yeah.
I still would like to use a limited.
Mhm.
Summon ice construct.
Cool. Do you have your ice construct still?
Somewhere like on the.
Oh yeah. It's these things. You can drag these things on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're gonna like, basically they're gonna be trying to hold him down.
Okay. Do a might check. What do they have for might? Why am I?
So inside a blizzard, just a little bit stronger, but against fire spells. They may also heal every other turn.
Okay.
And you said might, right?
Yeah. I or I didn't crash, but something weird happened. I'm gonna need to reset here.
No worries.
What was that you just might check? 19 for them. Yeah, it's confused right now. It's weakened. It's going to the ground as you're pinning it down. Would be the informant next. Yeah, let's launch again.
I can't put in. Yeah.
There is no password.
Yeah, okay, it's back up.
Has been paused.
It's the informant's turn. The informant. I'm guessing he's just gonna shoot it again.
Oh yeah. There's only one thing the informant does. Oh snap.
I thought I was gonna get out of the blizzard.
Oh snap.
There we go.
Oh snap. They both hit, and that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Let's see here. And time. 90 damage. And it's dead.
And you see as it
Good
screams
job.
and just starts thrashing about, and it just starts molding. You see its hand for a second turn to the color of just elven skin before it just gloops and turns to orange goo and starts soaking into the ground. You hear a small release of a whisper. Don't know what it said, don't know if it even was a word, but it sounded calmer. Combat's over.
Good riddance, you horrific abomination.
Miss pause, by the way.
Oh, sorry. There we go. What's everyone's passive perception? Be easier to ask.
Low. I'm gonna say 5.
It is,
in mind, I'm pretty sure.
Mine is 12, but I do have sympathetic observer. Ability to sense life force bound. Eyesight.
You're being watched.
Even though I'm in the blizzard?
Yes.
Your question is, when aren't we being watched?
This is a new
It's out from
being
where?
watched. It's
Tell from where? No.
This time you can't. No. Occasionally, whenever the orange eyes have been around, you've been able to know relatively where from, but yeah, right now you cannot tell where exactly, which is a little disconcerting because even if you can't tell exactly where, you usually know the direction,
is
correct?
alive, right?
Yeah. He's unconscious, but he's definitely alive. Yeah, you see, Jude is unconscious. He got bulldozed and thrashed a bit.
I suppose lower the blizzard because if I'm being watched or something.
Okay. Yeah, you see the dim sun kind of start peeking out.
Is the sun back out?
Yes. I would like to note that even though it is not a cloudy day whatsoever, it is definitely
Colder?
huh?
Colder?
It's colder. It's not as bright. It is the middle of summer. And the sun isn't as bright as it used to be above the center of Light's Peak.
Was that like that before or after we killed the horrid abomination of nature?
It would have been like as you guys kind of were probably getting out here and all that and moving around. It's fairly in the morning, so the sun would have been um being activated above the central tower, but yeah,
Turned on the sun.
this is what the sun clerics do every morning.
I can't move.
Can you move now? Oh, yeah, I need to do this.
Paused.
There we go.
That's what happened. Is
Yeah,
time
I
on
got
pause
it.
now?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, my sun life is not working.
You're what?
The sun life, when I hit the check mark on my sun life, it doesn't work.
It does not exist.
Here, let me try. Oop, yeah, it's working for me.
Oh, now it's working. Excellent.
The time was paused.
You should be able to do it whether or not time is paused, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes things just don't work. Yeah,
Can I
you see
get
this
my-
new guy who had a big glowy thing. He's covered in orange ooze, but he was fighting this beast.
I'm not gonna say anything. She's just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna get the ice constructs to pick up Jude.
Okay.
Go on over. Get
Then-
closer.
Milo, I think
And a
I
little
have
bit
lost
closer.
permissions of some kind because.
Did
when
you
I
reload
tried
the
to-
page when I crashed?
Ah, no, I did not. That is probably what happened.
Oh, that would
Mhm.
also explain why you couldn't change anything.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, Timothy would also be with you guys, but he stayed up during the fight.
I'm gonna get the. I gotta move all of them. Can I move one?
You should be able to move just one. You
Yeah,
probably
I
have them
figured-
all selected, would
figured
be
it,
my guess.
I figured it.
Who are these three shadow warriors?
They
They
are
ice complex.
yeah, they're ice copies of Cruz.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Cruz is over here.
Sorry,
Timothy.
there was a lot of things that changed when I reloaded the page because I was gone for a hot second there during the combat and did not realize that happened.
Just gonna look up at
Alright.
Timothy and kind of like gesture for him to come down.
Yeah, he hops down. And then
I'm
you
gonna
like
get
catch.
the-
Do you put him down on the ground,
Yeah.
or do you?
I'm gonna look at him and see if he wants to get down like all the way.
Yeah, he's fine to get down.
Left him at home.
Timothy is going to approach you, Catalan.
Just,
And
like,
just
right
look
behind
about
me.
you.
He's just holding an unconscious goblin in one hand, and he kind of looks down at the child, and well, he's
Cruz
definitely
like
not laying
standing right behind him.
the stone and everything. Everyone's kind of gathering around. I don't suppose you all happen to know what's going on in the city, do you?
What is going on? I don't know what you mean specifically.
You have the. You also have the
You tell
informant
your
selected, by
rock
the way.
to not. The rock is.
You just see him trying to like inch his way towards the, like your scabbard, very slowly.
Italian's gonna like reach up a boot and just kind of like shove you away like you were a dog. And he's just gonna kind of passively keep him at bay while he talks to Cruz. Well, first of all, introductions. My name is Catalian Nenstar. I'm here to help with, well, the disaster that's going on. Unless it's normal for explosions to ring out through the city, but I doubt it is.
Right, it's normal. Well, if you're offering your help, gladly take it.
Well, this one, and he lifts up the goblin, was in the company of an elf who was saying that they were responsible for what's been happening, so I figured I'd ask him a few questions. Thank you for your help with that beast there.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of had it handled, so.
Well, I did until the eyeball showed up.
Yeah, they've been a little bit of a nuisance. But as for that gang member you're holding, well, they're all kind of responsible for it. I'm not really
I sense
worried
that
about.
we are connected through our use of the country.
I want you guys to know that I didn't pick her voice. It just comes out naturally.
All right. Well,
So when you started talking, I was laughing. I had to beat myself.
all right. Well, this will be an interesting adventure. So it's normal for these explosions to go throughout the city.
Not quite. Or I will take your help in protecting my and fix what happened.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I am under the impression, or at least my liege is, that things are about to get much, much worse.
Timothy just kind of wanders over and like heals Jude.
Maybe, but I don't know what you plan on do. Stop it?
Well, I've been around for the end of the world once. It doesn't look like there's much left of this world. I'm told this is the last city, but I wasn't able to do much about the last one. I'd like to see if I can do something about keeping this one safe.
Alrighty.
Timothy kind of wanders back over to you.
Hey there, kiddo.
you see as he just kind of like looks up at you, and then his eyes just glow purple for a second.
Oh, special kiddo.
Yeah. We're looking for him. But
Like
now,
his parents?
no, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if he has any parents, but for now, he's under my protection.
He shakes his head.
Don't think he does.
You're not under her protection.
He goes and goes no, and he
gives-
like holds Cruz's hand and just goes no, no, like kind of trying to indicate that like no, she is.
Oh, all right, okay. Well, that's
Okay,
good.
well-
Does your friend there, the raccoon, need healing? He got kind of bulldozed.
He'll be
Oh,
alright.
I think I'm okay. Timothy healed me a bit there. Huh. Just gotta recover a bit from that. More getting my breath.
All right, and chew rock. That's my boot.
He's not after your boot. He's chewing
Yeah,
on
I
your
know.
sword handle.
Yeah, I know, but the closest thing that he's getting is my boot, so it looks like he's reaching up around him.
Timothy's gonna
I can
like
hug
try to put a hand on you, Greg.
magic.
And he's
So
gonna like poke him and just be like shake his finger at you very disapprovingly.
Yes, I have a magic
I'm
sword.
hungry.
All right. You eat magic.
Yep.
The goblin definitely has like a magic gun on his belt too.
Oh, look,
Anybody
gun.
want the magic gun?
Take it.
Catalion is holding the goblin at kind of arm's length a bit, so you would definitely be able to grab anything off the goblin before Catalion could say anything.
He just nods. Take it.
Cash and grab.
Cool.
Like, new. Sound of rocks against metal as I'm chewing it.
The informant is going to take a moment to point out, like, why are you holding a Hocus Pocus member?
I don't know. This little goblin here tried to mug me on the street and said that or rather his compatriot said that they had caused all of this, so I figured I would question him and find out what exactly they had done so that I could help undo it.
Hmm.
I highly doubt he'll answer you. He seems like a ranking.
Did any of them turn into just piles of goop after you had killed them?
I didn't kill any of them.
Why don't we give it a try?
I want to
Well,
poke
how?
one.
Yeah, no. I pull the goblin back. This is my prisoner, and I admittedly did not have to work too hard to get him, but I would like to question him.
Right, but if
Good
he gets out
question.
and tries to harm
Can
us,
he
I will
talk
kill him
or
with.
show any amount of fear?
What was that? Rock?
Did he talk?
I have not gotten the opportunity to do so because I was attacked by the horrible giant flesh
have
monster.
Any amount of, yes, but did he like seem to be sentient? Aside from
He could shoot a
wanton
gun
acts of
pretty
violence.
good.
That
Or
doesn't
sorry, he could shoot
check
one of
spot.
those. He could shoot one of those.
Can I
Boomstick
try to-
things.
Using one of my things for fates, which is run it back. Can I cast sense magic or detect magic or sense
Yeah.
magic?
Yeah, you
on
can.
This goblin?
Yep.
Okay. I wanna
Oh,
see
that's
if
fine.
he also smells like sour milk.
Is there a DC for run it back?
No.
All right, roll. Yeah, he does smell like sour milk.
Smells like sour milk. The exact same smell that the other thing was giving off. You know, the horrific abomination of nature, which is not supposed to be.
We're gonna try to grab the goblin.
Italian is going to try to pull the goblin out of the way.
Nimbleness roll off.
I'd also like to smell his sword.
I did not do good.
Nope, that's an at one.
You have higher nimbleness than I do.
And Cruz, what did you expect?
I don't know. I don't know if Cruz's balance to what we have or not. Yeah, I'd take a good 2 or 3 steps back, goblin in hand.
So,
Suggest
bro,
you leave him.
Now listen,
can I
no
ask-
offense to any of you, but I do not know you, and the only thing you've done so far, while you did help me with that beast, you also nearly froze me to death while you were doing it.
Hey,
You
Dylan,
could have
can I
walked
ask
out.
What your, I ask what you would say your sword smells like in terms of magic.
What would it smell like?
Feel free to get creative with it.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it.
You see, you definitely, as you're
You
trying to
know-
smell it, there's a waft of cheese.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that. But there's also, you know, like the not unpleasant smell of rot, like that kind of sweetness in a forest that's
sickly
been
sweet?
undisturbed for a long. Not sickly sweet, just like that the fresh growth of something that's grown out of like compost. That sort of smell is there, as well as the smell of like old growth. That's
Happy
that's
potato.
like like bark that's turned to dirt, and that rich earthiness.
A very crappy potato.
With some cheese.
Some cheese.
Not sound delicious.
Like a freshly dug up potato with cheese.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cruz is gonna start walking.
Towards me, away from me. Where is she going?
It's just like she could hit your shoulder while she's walking. She would kind of.
Hmm.
She's not in a great mood now.
I'd also like to try to eat the goblin. Or eat
But-
the sour milk off the goblin. I'm just gonna start gnawing on his boot and see if I can get anything out of that.
It's a boot. It tastes like a boot.
Yeah, as you
Um,
know on the boot, it's like, stop it.
I just wanted to see.
All right. Well, if
Okay,
you
well-
folk are on your way, would you mind directing me to? There's a few folks I was told to meet up with here in the city if I needed help figuring things out.
What folks?
Well, first of all, you happen to know 3 ladies called the Fates?
Are you asking?
Because I was told to go to them to find out
No, did I
what
actually
I
tell you
should
my name?
do. No,
I don't believe
ma'am,
we
you did not.
I don't think we haven't.
I've given you
Brandon,
mine, and I have received
I'm a
none in
rock.
return. You're a
Well,
rock.
actually, I'm an arcane elemental. I've seen this world.
it's a bit talkative. So where exactly did you come from? Says the informant.
I was sent here
Oh.
by my liege.
Is named.
Well, you seem to appreciate anonymity yourself, and I don't particularly feel at
name is
liberty
Cruz.
to.
I'm the informant. I'm Jude.
Would you care to give me that name now?
We have one additional member called Eyes. He's not here today.
He's out
Guy.
on patrol.
I see.
Specifically just you, Catalian. You hear someone just saying, and the small one is Timothy. Yeah,
Can I look around?
says- no, you,
Do you normally hear voices?
Oh. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, that's because you read my thing. Okay, I recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, and little Timothy too. Well,
You know that? I told you. You know.
Cruz said hello,
Did not.
Timothy. Yeah, you did.
No.
You called him
No.
over 2 seconds ago. You said, Timothy, come down here.
Did not. I just did.
You said nobody introduced yourselves.
No, you didn't. She just was talking to the boy earlier.
How do you know?
Jude, like, kinda, like,
Just,
directs
getting
the spear bit.
closer to him.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a
Bring
bit
on the
suspicious.
double
Okay, I actually thought legitimately that they had already
Did?
said.
Oh.
No,
Yeah. No, they
No.
had. Okay, well
No.
then Catalion would not have said that. Catalion's
What
not
would
the
he say?
smartest
You
dude on
totally
the
did.
block, but he's also not an idiot. um,
Then how do you know his name?
Catalion did not mention Timothy's name if he did not hear it earlier.
Oh.
I thought he'd heard it earlier.
You have not heard it earlier.
I did not hear it
Well,
earlier. Okay,
I
he
think
he
this
just
is a more
nods and looks
interesting
around and all
character
that.
moment.
Okay.
And
I still want that name. I sent you.
maybe, how about once I know that you're actually working towards the good of this city, I give it to you.
Timothy's gonna extend his hand open to you.
Catalion's demeanor softens a little bit. He's like, "Hey, kiddo, what would you like?"
Light child's hand. Don't know why.
He's like just holding his hand open to you, and just like closes it and then opens it again.
I want to hold your head.
Do it. With no balls.
Catalion is just looking at this rock now, like, what the heck is going on here? Your eyes glowed purple earlier, so I'm not going to take your hand right yet, buddy. But it's nothing against you. It's because I don't know the people you're with. If that's all right with you.
He like drops his hand, sighs exasperatedly, and then starts wandering away.
All right. Well, other than the fates, if you don't know where they are, I have two other names. One is Warden, and the other is Darius.
Was
You don't want to talk
Oh.
to the
Oh,
former,
we,
and you definitely don't know the latter.
We met when we were with the theater kids briefly. We think we met a guy named Darius quickly, or at least we were introduced to him.
For
All right.
this. I don't believe I was there for this.
You weren't? No, 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 no. The informant's saying like, is before? It's when we? It was just. Is before.
Okay.
All right. Well, Warden, I've been told, is definitely an
Warden-
ally that I can trust in this venture.
don't really
and then,
trust Warden though.
She's gonna say a stop in his
extremist
ivory
just like
tower
that
there,
dude was
locked
an
away with everything.
extremist. It's also true. He's locked up in an ivory tower, and Mr. No ID will probably get murdered on his way in.
Catalion's gonna like go down the street a little and like look for this ivory tower. Are we in a part of the city where I could see it?
Let's go to the full map. So you guys are around. You'd probably be around this gate over there. Oh,
And how big is the ivory tower?
it is this tower over here. There's two towers that you'd see. You'd see a decently large one with that one. Would the light be on for that one?
There is like a light shining beacon on top of the tower.
Yeah. And yeah, there's one over there that would probably be decently tall. There's one here, and there's a decently tall one there.
So from our vantage, with all the walls and everything, would we be able to see?
You'd be able to see the central one for sure. It is not ivory though. It is,
The Tower of Warden is not ivory either, but it is white.
it'd be hard to make it out. Make out the
Yeah.
central tower, but you can, and you'd be able to see the other tower in the district just barely peeking up.
Yeah.
You'd probably be able to see a little bit of the light coming from Warren's tower, but and probably a little bit of the top, but that'd probably be it.
All right.
It is a flat Earth after all.
Indeed. Well, I will admit, if you are not friends of Warden, then I don't know whether or not
I can take
we
you
will-
Go to the fates.
I can take you to the fates. The best I can give
Well,
you.
the fates are definitely a little bit of a higher priority than Warden. Warden is more of something to pick up along the way. And then Darius is also incredibly important.
I could take it to the
Also
fates,
probably
but
not on good terms. Mr. Big W.
no,
But
I am not.
if you don't mind, before we head out, okay, so there's some personal is this personal conflict or professional?
Both.
One sec.
Both is good.
And we'll be back after these messages.
Indeed. In the meantime, Catalion is going to go over here, or go over to these barrels. Is there anything like?
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, perfect. Is there anything to kind of like tie up the goblin with nearby?
I just gotta. Actually, I think I
Make-
got some rope on me. Your light rope.
Well, I just want to ask a few questions to this fella here, and perhaps if he's a lower rank, like you've been saying, there won't be much to gather from him. But
Problem is, if I'm
nevertheless,
taking you to the fates, then a goblin cannot come
If
along.
he doesn't start talking
I don't
immediately, he's
plan on taking the
probably a
goblin.
duplicate.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's a copy of a person that is made of orange goo. The same kind, actually, that you had covering yourself. Are you a duplicate?
No, the eye that I destroyed covered me in this.
Was it acidic?
I don't believe so. Hasn't burned anything yet, but the robes I wear do provide me a fair bit of protection.
Last one that, well, actually, no. The last one before that just deflated like a balloon. But one of them was filled with acid. But, still the same orange color, just filled with acid.
Excellent. I don't plan on bringing the goblin any further than this spot here. I'd rather be rid of him so I don't have to carry him the whole way.
Probably
Or
get to
anywhere
somewhere
for that
more
matter.
secure than out in the open because there are probably more gang members who want their friend back. Say friend. It's air quotes. Well, actually, they might be friends. Generally you don't stand out in the middle of the open to interrogate someone. Seems like a poor idea.
No, but do what you gotta do. I'm not taking you anywhere until he's dead.
Also, good point. I mean, we could go inside this building here.
Now, I'm not. Let's go inside the building. Sure. But to be very. Well, actually, I'd rather do this outside. No offense.
Why?
I don't like
Why find me?
indoors.
Greg starts seeing the fourth wall breaks of yet another character that that doesn't get along.
Listen, I don't mean to be obstinate or causing any issues. I really don't.
That's
But
fine. We can be outside.
okay. Yeah, if he doesn't have anything, I don't see much point in killing him. He didn't seem too harmful, but
Probably.
If my theory on the goo is correct, it's less of a what does he do rather than what does he see or hear. No.
he knows.
Because we're all
Well, you know more than I do about this city, so.
Well, I mean, I just got here too. It's just I had a very eventful couple of days, hours.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
used as
let's tie him up with
battery.
this rope here real fast, and then I'll ask him a few questions. If you have any questions for him, be my guest, and then I'll follow you to the fates.
Fighting.
All right.
I want to pick up Timothy and kind of walk away because I don't want him to see all of it.
Oh, where are you going for with him? Sorry.
Probably just. Oh, sorry, not not the goblin.
I know the goblin. That's what I meant.
With the goblin, pretty much like, where would I go? Probably just into this corner here.
Hmm. Timothy's gonna just wander away when you kind of tell him that. Treat's gonna go with him. Squirman's gonna kind of watch you from a distance.
I'm gonna get rid of the ice construct.
Okay.
I'll walk over here. I'm still in view of Timothy, but
Mhm.
And
just
with
lean
that
back on the.
Italian, because the goblin should be just fine and healthy, Italian's going to do the old, this little double smack. Wake up.
Yeah. Oh, you.
Hello again, friend.
I'm tied up. Nah.
Yes, that was intentional. I was curious if you could inform me as to what your friend meant when he said that you had caused all of this.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I really would.
Yeah, well, I bet you'd like to know.
Yes, I would.
Uh,
Italian puts one hand on the sword, and his eyes shift from regular Glade Runner green to a pure, flaring white.
oh, that's unusual. Not that I can remember. Anyway, uh, the people I was working with, they're just coworkers. I just got assigned to work with them yesterday. They what did we cause? What are we sorry? That's really disarming and
There was a lot of explosions the other day, and a lot of destruction, and the streets seem to be a little bit in shambles. And I don't see anybody walking up and down the streets except for you and your compatriots, as though you had just taken over the place.
uh yeah uh I remember that.
I'm not from around here, so I would appreciate all the
Uh,
information you can give me.
make a mind check real quick. Actually, no, sorry, that'd be heart for this guy. Thank you.
Nailed it. Oh, shoot.
Oh, nice.
What have you done to this man?
I haven't done anything. I'm good.
Winter's
Okay.
Quiet says that you have.
Keeping the interrogation quiet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway.
Perhaps, I don't know. Could be silence. Could be something else.
See, Winter's
I don't know
Quiet
if
is like sleeping with the fishes, is what I feel. But
No, it's about like a quiet, it's like a quiet winter day. You know, just have like a little bit nice
if you
under like a
turn
little light flare.
behind you, there's like a little bit of snow.
Mm-hmm.
all right, he's not
Soft,
turning behind.
smiley
Losing
glowing
the
snow.
reputation.
Catalion is not paranoid, so he has his back turned to you guys.
Yeah, so
Just Cruz leaning against like the wall, just like not even caring.
yeah, so I got assigned to them. I don't know much about the people that caused it. I don't even know what gangs that were part of. I know one of I remember working with some elves. I was a guard before this. Ended up being a
Really?
captain. Yeah.
And you don't happen to know anything about crazy flesh monsters that are walking around the streets either these days? Eyelids sewn shut and whatnot.
No. I wouldn't have any idea with that either. Yeah.
Is there? Do you have a particularly good reason for why you shot me?
No.
I'd really appreciate a good reason if you could find one.
I really don't have one. I just suddenly had a weird impulse
I mean,
to
honestly, it makes sense because
um,
I mean, like, he turns into a giant white and black mirror, and all of a sudden his clothes become real fancy. So you know that's perfectly reasonable.
Greg
You
did not
still
see
smell like
that.
sour milk. Do not draw your sword at all
I
while we were fighting the thing.
no, I
you
put my sword away before you guys showed up really intensely.
Cruz
I
would
think
have seen
Cruz
it.
is the only. Yeah, Cruz saw it, but I don't think Greg saw it.
Okay. Um,
Retract my previous statement. You still smell like sour milk.
yeah. I,
Duplicate.
what's a goop? What's a duplicate?
Is he bleeding at all?
No.
Does he have any like? Should he be?
It's true.
bleeding?
Everything I did to him would have been no blood.
Yeah, no, he's not bleeding at all. He has what looks like a weird bruise on his head, but
Just like narrow my eye and then just slowly hide behind Italian, just like over the shoulder, awkward slide.
All right. Well, your gun has been eaten, and
you're
I was.
I had a gun. When did I have a gun? You seem
Is he
different.
playing me for a fool right now?
No, he just seems a little confused.
How hard did you hit this?
I
Italian's gonna stand up
yeah.
and turn to look over his shoulder at Cruz and see if she's picking up on any of this.
Cruz is just watching for a second, just from the distance, because we've lost another member temporarily,
From a
potentially.
distance.
Yeah.
Lost another one.
Okay.
Rock, is it normal for the people in this city to not really remember what they were doing?
Pretty sure that's not normal wherever you go.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Alright.
exactly normal. He's uh so you work for the Bogus Pocus, right? You're wearing their suit? I am? Yeah, I guess so. What
Okay, I really wanted to stab him to make sure that he's not just, duplicate.
uh you've been voicing your concerns yet? Do you think the informant would just shoot him at this point?
Oh, absolutely. This man is an executioner.
Uh yeah. Yeah, the informant shoots him. He definitely starts just bleeding orange. And he's like, what the
That's goo. That's goo. He's goo. Man is goo. Take him out. Eat an orange.
As you see it, you see him just slowly like transform into like the eye, just slowly
Italian would
absorbing
like to
the
lunge-
I
ropes.
would like to go spell of
Italian would like
fates.
to lunge forward
No.
and scourge it immediately.
Frost storm,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah, as you roll for Scourge, I guess.
They want
Sure.
to look at the rule book to see what the heck frost storm is and what it does.
Yeah, it just immediately just dissolves. But as it wraps around it this time, it ends up just dissolving into a bunch of goo.
Require aid. Frost storm does not exist on the current ice sheet.
That's
Of course, that's it.
interesting.
There it is. Found it. It's an upgraded version of Flurry.
Mm.
Summon a swirling ice storm around you, which follows you. For every turn someone is inside of it, they suffer 1d6 damage per level of chill the target has. 3 by 3.
Would you pocket that if you weren't if you saw it dissolve?
That.
Yeah, okay.
It's just this small flurry in an orb, and then I just go munch.
Mm-hmm.
You think Lana crashed?
I know she had to go for a second for mysterious reasons.
For now, dropping like flies.
It was at
We
this point
started
that
four, now
Dominic
we're
dropped
down to
by
two.
with a bundle of roses and was like, "Cruz, I profess my undying love for you."
She just stands there unknowingly.
Yeah, she just stands there absent-mindedly. And he's like,
Main
"No, I'm so
NPC.
sorry. I shouldn't have been so forward. Please don't ignore me. I'll never talk to you again. Bye forever."
Here is a question though, before so I can figure out something. Dominic would be with his people right now, I'm guessing. It's the morning after the explosion.
Oh yeah.
Explosion happened like halfway
yeah.
through yesterday. Cool. Um
Right now, the two things dominating Dominic's mind are sheer absolute rage and as well as just concern.
Oh, here's a thing.
Neat.
How about we take a pause here? Would Dominic reach out to Warden?
yeah, that's where I was that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask as I was kinda looking at stuff. At some maps.
It would probably be a very angrily worded message.
It would just be more like a letter kind of
Along
thing.
the lines of, I told you so, what are we gonna do about this?
What was the "I told you so"?
When we met, I was like, you have gone about this the entire wrong way. Gangs having power in general is a bad idea.
You're one of those gangs.
I am gang by definition only.
All right. Anyways, so
I am
Dominic
more
sends
akin
Warden
to a
this message.
vigilante group that happens to be more gang oriented.
All right. So Dominic sends that message to Warden.
Yeah, along the lines of, my area is secure. What are we gonna do?
How does he send that message?
Probably you see a shadow slide across your desk and leave a note.
Does the shadow remain?
No, it slinks away.
Oh, great. So I have no way of contacting you.
I mean, you'd probably have courier
Surely you
pigeons or
got
something
some
like that.
kind of yeah, I was about to say, surely
Yeah.
you got something.
I mean, it's true. I would have runners and stuff still moving up and through the city everywhere.
And courier birds are fairly common.
Actually, hold on. Could we go to the main map for a second?
Yeah.
I go to the full map. Where is Darius's? Or not Darius's, sorry, Dominic's region.
Dominic is here.
All right.
So you're not like too far city-wise.
Warden climbs to the top of the tower, writes his message, affixes it to an arrow shaft, angles it up about 30 degrees, and fires.
Paying for my window.
Uh
I feel like Warden would be able to hit that shot.
Do you know how many kilometers this is?
Is it kilometers or is it just
Kilometers, yes.
all right? Because for that to be kilometers, like how? If I take the ruler here, hold on.
This is like each of these
I don't know
streets
how
are
to read
usually
this
at
symbol.
least like minimum 5 meters long. It's not exact scaling. Ideally, one of the reasons I also would like to get a tablet is so I want to use vector layers again. Because then I can do this at like any size I would actually want to.
This is exactly 1 kilometer, which that's fair. I think
It's-
1 kilometer is very reasonable.
It's not exact sizes. Let me look at a Google Maps for a second of my neighborhood. Because then I can take a
Medieval
look.
towns are also pretty tiny. I feel like 1 kilometer is a very reasonable.
This is a city of at minimum of a minimum like 20 million people.
Oh, then this is way too small of a city.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily.
It's very
true.
cramped. There's a
Depends on
lot of
distance.
towers. This isn't perfectly to scale because I'm not a map maker. Um, and realistically, these should more be like housing blobs than anything. But which is why I'm probably gonna end up redoing the map or figuring out something else to get a better sense of scale for this. Um,
All right, but fair enough. The arrow will not reach.
Yeah.
What is considered Dominic's territory? This whole section here, or just that circle?
like probably that is like hard Dominic's territory. Uh, and then he has
But
like
I would say the rest of
influence.
the district is pretty soft.
Yeah, it's like he has influence and he has like connections and stuff to it, but it's not like he
All right. Well,
controls
Woodman
it.
would send
Like that.
send one of his better couriers to try to make it through probably a fair of a heart so they could fly.
Yeah.
Above the chaos.
Yeah, they'd be able to send it there.
Dominic with a response that I am gathering as many of my troops to me as possible. I'm going to try to make sure that I can bring as many people to the tower for safety as possible. And once we have gathered everybody and organized and figured out who all I have available to me, then I will start trying to branch out from there. But if we can try to secure your walled portion of the city and get the gates under control, and then I can try to work through my part of the city, and we'll have at least two sections of the city under control, and we can work from there once our territories have met up in the middle. I have people everywhere trying to sort out damage right now, figuring out where the fires are, what's going on. But I won't make any huge moves until I know for sure that the people I have under my care here are safe. That's the message that if the Fair Vahar makes it, you receive.
Do we make it though? Does the Fairvar make it though?
Oh yeah, easily. If you're sending like a talented one, yeah,
it would probably be like a Knight Radiant.
Yeah.
So not a tiny guy.
A Knight Radiant as he goes streaming across, glowing.
He would not be necessarily glowing. Their armor does glow by design, but it can also easily, because it's enchanted, be dimmed or covered in a cloak. This would also be the night of, I presume.
Yeah.
So it exploded all in the evening, and now, as like at dusk, the messengers are starting to go out and stuff. Bells are ringing in the Tower of Warden that can be heard pretty much across the city, and the light on top of the tower is also flashing out a warning.
Okay.
How does Dominic respond?
Okay, we are actually holding a lengthy conversation. Just wanted to make sure of that.
Can I have one of those?
How would he respond? Response node would probably go along the lines of, we'll hold up here and try to secure our part. I'll try to get into contact with Cruz. We need all the help we can get right now.
Agreed.
Do we have any idea of all parties involved?
Hold on. I've created a thing. Well, I drew a line and I don't know how to erase it.
I can just delete drawings.
Oh, thank you. Is there a way to make my drawing thicker or like
Nope.
more?
If you want to do anything, you probably got to use one of these, which is under the second L ruler in the middle.
The second L ruler?
On like the left tab, it's under the first token controls, and it's like the L ruler, whatever there.
Use the ruler. Okay. Yeah. So
Mhm.
basically,
That can make that like.
ooh, no, I don't want that. Or, basically, what Warden is going to try to argue is that you should take control of your zone here. Warden should take control of his zone. Ooh, not that's a much bigger zone.
Yeah, it
Take
goes
control
around
of
its
his
center.
zone here, and that way you have two sections of the city that you can have back to back. He is all down for having Cruz on board with things and trying to organize as many allies as possible.
If you're trying to organize that, you would definitely have had word uh, from the, uh, at the very least, I'm guessing the Jadis who are kind of handling their area over there, centralizing in their getting people into their temples because they were hit too. Um, Overall, the Rorik over on like the more distant mountain there, they're doing okay. They weren't hit at all.
Okay.
Just because they're a little bit harder to get to because they're at the top and inside of a mountain.
Communication with the Jadis would be what nature their attackers were, and also that would be to Dominic as well. And I would be like the investigation and intervention division would be going nuts right now, trying to. I would be asking for all the reports. Who are we seeing moving? What kind of forces are we seeing at play? That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, you probably would be able to get the Warden would probably be able to get some of the basics of knowing, and Dominic too from various other communications, being able to know
Everything
that,
that Warden gets, he will share with
yeah,
Dominic as well.
yeah, being able to know that the Blood Clerics, Bogus Pocus, Coven, Hidden, Racken, Serpent's Hand, Seven Skulls, and Yalhalla were working together. The rest of the gangs have been taken out effectively, in one
But
fell
we see
swoop
that
across
there
the
are
entire city.
so there's like 7 gangs that have completely taken over.
Yes. As opposed to like the very or somewhat disorganized like 60 gangs that there was before that would each control the territory, each of them taking over territory, getting people from the inside, and yeah, and getting the
Instead of
loyalty of a
being
lot of people or killing the people that wouldn't be loyal for the most part.
And are they dividing the areas amongst themselves?
Um
Like is one part of the city Yalhalla, one part of the city Serpent's Hand, and so on and so on?
the Yalhalla, the Hidden, and the Yalhalla and the Hidden wouldn't really care about territory. The Seven Skulls is getting all of the port. They have that on lockdown of all like the port town and coastal everything. Currently uh the Blood Clerics are uh well, let's start with the Serpent's Hand is getting the sewers. A lot of control of the sewers. The Bogus Pocus is getting control over to the Undercity, and the Blood Clerics are getting control over the surface.
Despite the fact
Alright.
that the pirates are currently headless, which is interesting.
Mhm. The Racken are getting control of the outside of the walls. In terms of what
Can we get that in writing so that it's easier to keep track of?
You know, let
Yeah.
me go ahead and write that down
Yeah.
somewhere too.
You have no idea what the Hidden are up to. You usually don't know what the Hidden are up
Only
to.
whoever does know what the hidden are up to.
Like,
Where's
And of course, there's these weird orange goo things going around.
Is that in the links? The
Question
Is-
is this
group
just
lore
bad
doc?
timing on top of bad luck? Is this somehow coordinated?
it might be. It should be in the player in the player folder, at least in Google Drive that I know I've shared.
Player.
Yeah, public lore doc is in there in the Finrealms player folder.
Finrealms player folder. Is that in links or where would that be?
That should be in your docs. I can share it again though.
I would appreciate that. I just don't know. Shared with me. Player.
That's the link to the players folder with everything.
Oh, Finrealms player folder. Yeah, it's in March 4th. There it is. Add shortcut to drive.
Yeah.
Go to Finrealms. Add shortcut. There we go. Okay, I got it. Finrealms player folder. Public lore. Or I'm gonna make a new. Well, I can't. I don't have permission to add a document there.
It's gonna be moved anyways to
I'll just
the
go to
OneNote.
notes.
Yeah.
Warden / Dominic Communications. Working together to claim their respective territories. Jadis have decent control over their spot. What was the other species in the mountain?
You have the Rorik and the Jadis.
Yeah,
I believe the
Rorik,
Shroompool are also living.
R-O-R-A-K, right?
Yep.
Probably they don't care nearly as much about the Roriks due to the fact that they're way the heck over there. They can keep the spiders.
Alright, so 7 skulls have taken the port. The serpent's hand has taken the sewers. Blood clerics hold the surface. Who is in the Undercity again?
The Undercity? The Undercity was mostly the Racken.
The Racken.
No, wait, sorry. The Racken had outside the walls. It was the Bogus Pocus who was under the city.
Bogus Pocus on the Undercity.
Bogus hold.
Heck, please don't tell me
Undercity.
Bogus Pocus are the ones behind that weird stuffed magic stuff.
Yalhalla.
Why they smell like sour milk?
Yalhalla holds no territory that we know of.
I'd be
and
further
the
surprised if
hidden
they did hold territory.
the hidden and their activities are unaccounted for. What have the Yalhalla been doing, or do we know?
They're mercenaries.
Yeah, they're mostly mercenaries, so they're.
Odds are the rest of the gangs paid them.
Yeah.
That's why they're not interested in
All right,
holding
and could
territory.
All right. Well, one of the things that one of the councils of Warden will immediately be talking about is whether or not the Yalhalla could be trusted to be hired to help reclaim the city.
With this, it'd be a no. You'd probably know pretty immediately that they're in it for some amount of influence of trying to actually get control themselves.
A bunch of anarchists.
They're more trying to like take down. Yeah, they actually are trying to take down the government.
Hello,
All right.
Yep.
Do.
Um,
Order of Warden activities. IID will be responsible for
Mhm.
keeping the order up to date on what's happening.
Yell Hall is also an interesting one because they're a relatively smaller crew. Um, there's 60 confirmed members, give or take, that you guys have actually would have had in the record for the wardens. So they're an interesting gang to be included in this, and still named separately, rather
Yeah.
than being like independent contractors. Um,
The Seven Skulls. What do we know about them? They're pirates, essentially.
Pirates, smugglers. They deal with ports and getting stuff in from other cities, and
Are they a particularly unified gang?
uh, up till this point, it was usually just a collection of like different people. But they seem to have unified and actually, where they didn't really claim territory before, they just wanted the profits from elsewhere. They're actually like claiming this port, um,
All
and
right.
like keeping it as theirs.
Do. Let me go quickly to Hydra. Here's with me. Wardens. Wardens. Ranks and task forces here. I need to go through here again. All right. Regular arbiter. Is it arbiter or arbites? Arbiters. Yeah, send regular arbiter patrols into the sewers underneath the Tower of Warden, or near the Tower of Warden, because it would be closed off from the sewers in the case of something like this happening.
Poor sewage system. How do
Indeed.
people poop?
Oh, it's a separately dug sewer. But like essentially, like there are like it is connected to the main city sewers, but like it is much more heavily guarded and much more like designed to be a defensive position.
Yeah.
And to be able to be like closed off to prevent people from moving through.
Yeah.
So essentially, if there's not any flow of sewage, that hallway is closed off, and then they open it at points for like
Mm-hmm.
pressurized sewage to go through. So
Okay. Yeah, that'd work. Get some ice mages on that to control the water flow and all that.
yeah, and to basically be so if you want to try to get in during that, you have to walk through pressurized and like highly pressurized sewage.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are people with swords and spears and guns on the other side waiting to see if anyone does try it.
Yeah.
Tab, tab, backpack.
Um,
And
from your perspective as well, it would have definitely seemed like the blood clerics are people like heading a lot of the organization of this.
all right.
Murray's dead.
Yeah.
All right. So order of warden things. I've put it in the people
The orcs
lore
have
doc
anything
stuff,
to do
but I
with
will put it.
this? Please tell me the orcs don't have anything to do with this. Oh, this would be so
Um.
much worse if it's them.
Oh, Milo, you left our group, which was just you, me, and Caden.
Oh, yeah, I was clearing a lot of things. Feel free to add me back to that.
Can I add people to? Oh, add friends to DM.
I mean, we could also just have a text chat for Dominic and Warden. We do have one.
I mean, we already have that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so we should just use that because it's just it's easier to have my DMs cleaned. So because I have a lot.
Yep.
Because I also
Do you
use
think she's
Discord for
coming
school.
back?
Considering she left
Well,
and
Rio's
she's
Dominic
AFK,
and Warden are-
she didn't know when she was gonna be coming back. So it'll probably just be. My guess is probably just be us.
All right, so order of warden stuff. The investigation and intervention division is going to be trying to keep everyone up to date on what's happening. They're going to try to destabilize the blood cleric leadership and see if they can increase factionalism among them. Meanwhile, regular arbiter patrols into the sewers, trying to make sure we keep that area more or less clean. And then the light guard will be trying to advance through the territory first to take this gate here right by the order. Right there.
Yeah.
To see if we can start creating some control here. And then obviously working together to try to create a connection. First order of business, get that gate dealt with so that the order can control that gate and prevent people from getting in close to the tower that we don't want to, and then form a network and a connection to Dominic directly so that we can share supplies and things.
All right. How do we want to do this in terms of dictating success and stuff?
Ooh. I'd like to think
we are going to have two parties.
They just
one
succeed.
Warden, one are going to have,
Actually, yeah, that could totally be the thing. Like, the Order of Warden party is, like, trying to get those things done, and then the Dominic party is trying to get their side of things working. Yeah, I know that messes a little bit with your idea of what the Order of Warden was going to be doing, Milo.
No, that works. That works for sure.
Because these would probably be like Knights Radiant dealing with this kind of stuff.
No, that works. If we could get a Knights Radiant kind of base to go off of for people to start their character creation to kind of specialize from there, that would probably be good to do. I guess I'll give that to you for homework.
Yeah, well, I can kind of work on that right now while I'm doing that.
Well, I mean, I suppose my crew is currently just focused on making sure that everything within our borders is not on fire and stays not on fire.
Besides,
Call of Duty Zombies while Dylan's over here playing Mafia.
For the most part, any of the fires that were started were put out pretty quickly. Just kind of naturally, and there wasn't many fires started. A lot of the explosions weren't flame; they were just force. Think like C4. And considering not a whole lot of flammable stuff exists in most places that would be ignited by that, yeah, there wasn't many fires started. It was mostly just a lot of rubble and destruction, and
still secure defense probably from people who want to take the zone.
Clear houses and rubble, make sure people are safe.
Houses and rubble. Maybe some raids for supplies.
Yeah.
Generally mess stuff up also for all the others. I mean, goodness knows I've got a couple people in the crew that are pretty much, once they're set up, it's not going, like, for example, Blank would be excellent for base defense.
Oh yeah.
Because the second anybody gets within his area of screw that, it's dead. Odds are. He's the most lethal projectionist in the world. Nobody wants to be in that spotlight.
Yeah, if we're going to be leaving that to the warden party and the theater kid party, and over half the party is not here currently, that might be a decent time to call it then.
Yeah.
All right.
I